On Sunday, April 26, 2009, it was an evening of magic and historical proportions. For the first time, four iconic women, whom we call the Four Legends, came together at UC Berkeley on a stage. We had Gloria Steinem, the leading, most prominent woman feminist that many of us grew up with.
I want to say to you, I think maybe young people especially, young women especially now think that if you haven't done what you're supposed to do by the time you're 30, that somehow this is a problem. Okay, we're in our 70s and our 80s. We're still, it is true that the word still has entered my life. People say to me, oh, you're still. There are stages to our lives. It isn't as if you can't control what happens, but you can use what happens. If you do the things that are true to you, that the things you love, the things you will do even if you didn't get paid, the things you forget what time it is while you're doing them, what really reflect your values. When you look back over your life, you will see that it took a direction because you stayed as true to yourself as you could each day. Actually, I think there are a lot of problems that comes from a case of the shoulds. It comes from not understanding how long life is. I was thinking about it because, as Margaret Mead always said, marriage worked better in the 19th century because people only lived to be 50. And it's true, they managed to make us feel guilty if we don't live a certain way for our entire lives when that has never happened in all of human history. We're going to live in different ways. Some people are going to marry young, have children, raise them together, go off amicably to a different stage of life. Some are going to not have children. Some are going to live alone. Some are going to love and live with members of the same gender, have children, not have children. And some of us are going to do all of those things serially. So it's okay. Young women who really feel you have to plan ahead, you have to be in control. I think we've overdone the planning ahead thing. You look back that you have traveled a surprising path, but a true path.
Dolores Huerta, who along with Cesar Chavez started the Farm Workers United movement, and in fact has inspired so many elementary schools and women to get engaged.
We as women, we don't like conflict, right? Conflict is good because this is a way that we change people's minds. And so we shouldn't keep quiet. We should just think of ways and keep it people until we are able to change their minds and get people to our side. And by all means, don't keep quiet, right? That's the worst thing that we can do. We're supposed to be nice and not say anything and be rude. No, we've got to speak out. Every occasion, and even if sometime in a public forum and somebody says something that is totally wrong, get out there and take the mic and embarrass that person, and don't be afraid to do it, because we build up what I call our psychical, emotional, our fortitude to get out there and do the good fight, do justice.
We had Aileen Hernandez, a civil rights activist, labor activist, and a women's rights activist.
Getting the rest of us in there is where we still are. We still have to break through all the barriers that pretend that only women who are in middle and upper class belong in the feminist movement. All of us belong in the feminist movement if we're talking about how we can give women the right to determine their own lives and not have everybody else telling adults what it is that they should do, whether that adult is a woman or a man. We have power, and we have power in numbers at the same time, so we can really make a difference. I think every one of us up here still believes we can make a difference, and I have a feeling from what I've been hearing so far, all of you also think we can make a difference. And it's important that we all get together and do it. Si se puede. Yes, we can.
Yuri Kochiyama, who is so famous for being truly a revolutionary and an activist.
It's wonderful to see all of you women out there, activist women of diverse backgrounds and ages, and with variety of experiences, interests, and personal history, all engaged in some aspect of the women's and social justice movement. Today, there are new victims of oppression who are violated because of narrow-minded people who cannot understand that human rights encompasses sexual diversity. Social mores of conduct have changed according to newly accepted human behavior. We must all be aware of what is happening in society, both locally and universally. As women, we can be part of the most potentially powerful moral force in the world. Our weapons must be our passion and compassion for all human life and living things. But most important, I feel, is sowing the seeds of love and justice in fertile minds, that its regeneration can extinguish the continuous fires of greed and imperialist wars.
My personal moment was when we asked the question, how do we effectively pass the baton of leadership from women like yourselves to the women in the audience today?
I'm not giving up the baton. I want you to have your own baton.
Right on.
I'm going to help you get your own baton.
Yeah.
But I'm till my dying breath, you know.
We just want you to know we ain't going nowhere.
The Four Legends. We wish you were all there, but we will be having more Four Legends across the country and invite you to join us.